A thunderstorm of defiance once swept across the wild, untamed lands of ancient Britannia, a fury ignited by one woman whose name still resonates as a beacon of resistance. Imagine a fierce warrior queen rising from the misty hills, her heart burning with the grief of lost kin, and her eyes alight with a determination to reclaim dignity stolen by an empire. In an era when the mighty Roman legions marched relentlessly, one woman dared to challenge their supremacy, and her legend continues to echo through the ages. Born into a world where honor was earned on battlefields and betrayal lurked behind every alliance, she was known as Boudica. As the queen of the Iceni tribe, she ruled with compassion and strength until fate dealt her a cruel hand. Following the untimely death of her husband, the Roman Empire, ever hungry for conquest and tribute, imposed harsh punishments on her people. The indignities, the confiscation of lands, the brutal treatment of her daughters sparked a fire that no amount of Roman order could extinguish. Driven by the injustice meted out to her tribe, Boudica transformed from a grieving widow into a formidable military leader. With the rage of a storm, she rallied her people, uniting scattered tribes with a single, relentless purpose: to stand against the tyranny of Rome. Her rebellion was not born of personal ambition, but of a profound desire to restore the honor of her people, to reforge a legacy that had been tarnished by oppression. Under her command, the Iceni warriors, clad in leather and armed with spears and shields, surged forward like a tidal wave. In the early dawn, as the mists still clung to the earth, her forces struck with a ferocity that left Roman soldiers reeling in disbelief. With every clashing sword and every defiant roar, Boudica's army etched their message into history. A message of resilience and fierce independence that would forever challenge the invincible might of Rome. Roman accounts, though penned by those who favored the empire's perspective, tell a tale of shock and awe at the might of this warrior queen. They describe a force so overwhelming that even the disciplined Roman legions, veterans of countless conquests, found themselves outmaneuvered and outmatched on the unfamiliar, rugged terrain of Britain. Streets once paved with Roman order were transformed into battlegrounds, and the symbols of imperial power crumbled beneath the weight of a people reclaiming their destiny. Yet for all her valor and the victories she secured, Boudica's rebellion was a double-edged sword. The initial surge of triumph soon met the inexorable reality of Rome's counterattack. The empire, wounded by this unexpected defiance, marshaled its full might to crush the uprising. In a bitter twist of fate, the very spirit that had once soared in the hearts of her people now faced the relentless discipline of Rome's legions. In the ensuing battles, amid the blood and the thunder of war, the tides of fate shifted. Despite her indomitable will, Boudica's forces were eventually overwhelmed. The rebellion was brutally quelled, and the warrior queen's fate, shrouded in both valor and sorrow, faded into the annals of history. But even in defeat, Boudica's legacy transcended the battlefield. Her story, passed down through generations, became a potent symbol of resistance and the unyielding quest for justice. Centuries later, when the people of Britain looked back upon their past, they did not remember merely the fall of a rebellion, but the rise of a leader whose courage challenged an empire. In the echoes of ancient legends and in the spirit of modern movements for justice, her memory endures. An everlasting reminder that even the mightiest powers can be shaken by the will of a determined few. Today, as we peel back the layers of myth and history, we uncover not only the tactical genius of a warrior queen, but also the human side of her struggle. Boudica was more than a military commander. She was a mother, a leader, a symbol of the desperate hope that burns in the heart of the oppressed. Her actions were fueled by the raw pain of personal loss and the collective agony of a people subjugated. Every sword raised, every charge led, was a testament to her refusal to accept a fate dictated by foreign conquerors. As the sun sets over the ancient battlegrounds, the spirit of Boudica whispers through the wind-swept moors and rugged hills. Her tale reminds us that history is not merely a chronicle of empires rising and falling, but a tapestry woven from the threads of human courage, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of freedom. Though the Roman legions eventually subdued her uprising, the memory of Boudica's stand against tyranny has outlived the empire itself. In reflecting on her life, one is left with a profound lesson, that even in the face of overwhelming power, the human spirit can kindle flames of resistance so bright that they illuminate the darkest chapters of history. Boudica's rebellion may have ended in defeat, but the legend of the warrior queen who dared to defy Rome lives on, inspiring those who, in every generation, dare to challenge the forces that seek to silence them. If you're as captivated by the legacy of Boudica, the warrior queen who stood tall against the might of Rome, as we are, join the conversation. Share your thoughts on her remarkable story, and let her fierce spirit inspire your own battles for justice and freedom. Like, subscribe, and leave your comments below as we continue to explore the extraordinary figures who have shaped our world through courage and defiance.